The 2025 Australian Open saw Emma Raducanu face a formidable opponent in the third-round IGA Swiatek. The match, highly anticipated by fans, took place on Rod Laver Arena. Raducanu, still finding her footing after a series of injuries, struggled to match Swiatek's power and precision. The result was a decisive victory for Swiatek, who defeated Raducanu 6-1, 6-0. This marked one of Raducanu's heaviest career defeats, matching a similar loss to Elena Rybakina in 2022. The match lasted just 70 minutes, highlighting Swiatek's dominance on the court. Raducanu, known for her fighting spirit, acknowledged Swiatek's skill. However, she also admitted to her own shortcomings in the match. She struggled to hold serve, particularly her second serve, which put her under constant pressure. Raducanu's inability to dictate play further hampered her performance. Swiatek, on the other hand, showcased her signature aggressive style, keeping Raducanu on the defensive throughout the match. The loss, while disappointing, provided Raducanu with valuable insights as she continues her comeback journey. Emma Raducanu's journey to the third round of the Australian Open was marked by resilience. The young Brit had faced a challenging year, battling wrist and ankle injuries that required surgery in 2023. These setbacks saw her drop out of the top 300, forcing her to fight her way back up the rankings. Adding to her woes, Raducanu arrived in Melbourne carrying a back injury. This injury had kept her off the court since November 2024, raising concerns about her form and fitness. Despite these challenges, Raducanu showed glimpses of the talent that propelled her to a US Open title in 2021. In the first round, she faced 26th seed Ekaterina Alexandrova, a tough opponent known for her powerful game. Raducanu, displaying grit and determination, overcame Alexandrova in straight sets, signaling her intent to make a mark in the tournament. Her second-round opponent was Amanda Anisimova, another talented player who had previously reached the semifinals of a Grand Slam. Raducanu, unfazed by the challenge, produced a stunning performance to defeat Anisimova. This victory secured her place in the third round, marking her best result at the Australian Open. The IGA Swiatek entered the 2025 Australian Open as the second seed and a force to be reckoned with. The Polish star had already established herself as a dominant player on the women's tour, boasting an impressive resume that included 5 Grand Slam titles. Her powerful ground strokes, court coverage and mental fortitude made her a formidable opponent for anyone. Swiatek's performance in the match against Raducanu was a testament to her dominance. She served impeccably, not dropping a service game throughout the match. Her return game was equally impressive, consistently putting pressure on Raducanu's serve. Swiatek's victory over Raducanu was not an isolated incident. She had been in imperious form throughout the tournament, not dropping a set in her first 3 rounds. Her performance served as a statement to her rivals, signaling her intent to claim the Australian Open title, a feat that had eluded her so far. Despite her dominance on the tour, Swiatek had yet to progress beyond the semi-finals in Melbourne. Her strong start to the 2025 tournament suggested that she was determined to break through this barrier and add the Australian Open crown to her collection. The careers of Emma Raducanu and IGA Swiatek offer a fascinating study in contrasts. Both burst onto the scene as teenagers, winning their maiden Grand Slam titles at a young age. Raducanu's fairy tale run to the US Open title in 2021, where she became the first qualifier in the Open era to win a Grand Slam, captured the imagination of the tennis world. Swiatek, 2 years older than Raducanu, had already made her mark by then, winning the French Open in 2020. Since then, their career trajectories had diverged. Swiatek had established herself as a dominant force, consistently performing at the highest level and collecting more Grand Slam titles. Raducanu, however, had faced a series of challenges. Injuries had hampered her progress, disrupting her rhythm and forcing her to spend time away from the court. The pressure of expectations following her meteoric rise added another layer of complexity to her journey. Despite these obstacles, Raducanu's spirit and determination remained undimmed. Her performance in the early rounds of the Australian Open, after a long injury layoff, demonstrated her resilience and her desire to return to the top of the game. The Australian Open, though ending in a tough loss, marked a step forward for Raducanu. Her journey back from injury and her fighting spirit continue to inspire, and her story remains one of immense potential and the unwavering pursuit of excellence.